Hello, this is Trisha Reinhardt over at the library, and in this video, I'm going to talk about creating and using a MyEBSCO account. Now, if you just want to get in and run a search and download articles, that sort of thing, your Regis login will get you in to do that. The same login that gets you into your email and Spike. However, if you want to save results, save specific articles, or create an alert in EBSCO, you need a MyEBSCO account to do that, which is separate from your Regis login. So I am starting in Cinol here, and if I want to sign into or create a MyEBSCO account, I go up here to MyEBSCO. And if I want to create an account, I'm just going to click on this create an account link here. And you will fill out your information appropriately. I have mine auto saved in here, but let me delete it so you can see how it should look. And so you fill out your name, use your Regis email, and then a password. As long as your password meets all of their password requirements here, make sure all of these are green check marks. You should be good to go to create your account. Check off I consent and then create your account, and you'll receive a confirmation email that your account has been created. Now, if you already have a MyEBSCO account or you have just created it and you want to log into it, you go to the same MyEBSCO and then go to sign in. So I will sign into mine so you can see what it looks like and all the features and everything. And I have my information auto saved here. Click sign in. And now I am signed into my EBSCO account, which I can double check that by clicking up here and I see my name. So I know that I am signed in. Now this is important because if you go through and you start saving and you're not signed in, it's not actually saving to anything to your account. It's just saving it to your browser instance at the moment. So once you go out and you go back in, those articles you saved will not show up unless you have an account and you are logged in, which I am here. So I am going to go back to searching just Cinol here, but you can select multiple databases depending on your topic. See our video on searching subject-specific databases for more information on that. And so now I am going to type in some key terms here. So I'm going to do nurse leader or nurse manager. And then my second term is on conflict. Um, yeah, conflict or dispute or disagreement, any of those things. If you want more information on doing a keyword search using Boolean operators, see our searching in the databases video for more information on that. So I definitely want my articles to be scholarly peer-reviewed and within the last 5 years. So I will hit search. And so now within my results, if there's anything that looks interesting that I don't have time to read right now, let's say you're at work or you're at the library on one of the computers there and you don't have time to read the articles, you can save them to look at later. And instead of trying to email it to yourself or downloading the article and emailing it to yourself, those extra steps, you can save it into your MyEBSCO account. So let's say, for instance, this first article here, I want to save and look at later. So over here, there's this little bookmark icon, and that's how you save it. So when I click on that, it turns blue, and that indicates that I have saved it. into my saved articles section. I'll save a couple of them so we can see how it works. So now let's say I want to save this whole search here. I want to keep track of the searches I'm doing, what limiters I used, what search terms I used. Maybe this search was very successful and you want to run it again at a later time to get a closer look at your results. You can do that here. If you click on the three little dots here, there is a save search. So when you click on this, then you can name it whatever makes sense. You can keep it as it is, whatever works for you, and then click save. So now that I have saved these articles and search, where do I go to get back to these? You know, let's say now I'm at home and I'm ready to start looking at these articles. I'm going to rerun my search. So you come back here to any EBSCO database, whether it be Power Search, CINAHL, any of those databases. And you go up here and you log into my EBSCO account, as I showed you a bit ago. And now you're going to go over to under My Dashboard, you go to Saved. And that's going to show you everything that you saved earlier. So the records are those articles that we saved, which is, we can see these two articles here from a second ago. Now the search that I saved is going to show up under the Searches tab here. And so here is that search that I did here. It has saved my limiters, and if I click on it, it will rerun the search. I'm not going to do that right now, so I can show you more fun stuff in here, but that is an option. So now under the records, you know, this particular article I want to take a look at. This one is request from interlibrary loan, so I can request it and have it emailed to me. Again, check out another video on how to request things from interlibrary loan for more information on that. But if there was the PDF, I could click on the PDF. It looks just like it did when I was running the search originally. You can also create projects within your MyEBSCO account. So you can add a project here. So this would be if you're working on different papers or presentations, those sorts of things, or for different classes. If you're working on different things for different classes, you can create different project folders for those. So you can create a new project here, fill out all of the appropriate information. I mean, you need a name for it, but other than that, the rest is optional. And I've already created one here, this nursing leadership one. So if I want to get articles into this particular project, I can go back to saved and I can go over to the article I want to add, go over to the three dots, the tools, and click on add to project. And now I'm going to choose which project I want to add it to, a nursing leadership, and it will show up under my list of articles there. Now, if I wanted to go back to my search, I'm just going to rerun my search here. And there's particular articles in here that you just want to automatically add to one of your projects that you're working on. You can also go over here within the search results, add to project, and add that to your project list. Now to get back to them, I'm going to go over to projects. And here's my nursing leadership project and my articles that I have saved that I can easily get back to. Now, one last thing you can do with your MyEBSCO account that the DNP students might find, or EDD students might find helpful if you're doing a much longer term research project for a dissertation or an SPP, and you want to get articles, you want to be alerted for articles that are entered into the databases as soon as they get in there. You can create what's called an alert. So again, you have to be in an EBSCO database and logged in to your MyEBSCO account. And then you go back to at the top of your search results, go over to the search actions here, and right below that save search is a create alert. So when I click on that, it's going to ask me again a name of whatever you want to name it or keep it as it is, how frequent you want to get the emails. So if you want emails to come daily, weekly, monthly, depending on the scope of your project. And if you want to get notifications, even if there are no results, particularly, because they get added in, depending on your topic, they might not get added in every day. They might get added in every week or every month. And so even when there isn't any new results, do you still want to receive those emails? So you can check that, leave that checked if you still want to receive something that says there were no results this week or this month. Or you can uncheck it if you only want to get results, emails with when there's results there. And once you've done that, you can create alert. And then you should receive an email that your alert has been created. And then, depending on what settings you chose, you'll receive an email every so often, either saying there are no results this time or with a list of results that you can look through for articles that were most recently entered into the databases. So that is everything you can do with a MyEBSCO account. If you have any specific questions about anything I've covered in this video, please feel free to get in touch with us at reference@regiscollege.edu. And thank you for watching.